Buhari must now call Sanwo to order over arrest of northerners, says Arewa Group. In a statement made available to Legit.ng on Monday, December 9th, and signed by its president, Yerima Shetima, the group also called on President Muhammadu Buhari to call the governor to order. The group accused the state of hounding the northerners, mostly commercial motorcyclists, with the state task force who go to the homes of the residents at all hours to effect arrest. While noting that Lagos State never banned the use of motorcycles but only restricted them from some roads, the AYCF added that the arrest of the northerners was already causing tension. He said, "We reliably gather that using a Gestapo style, the Lagos task force officials have been invading homes of northerners in Lagos in ungodly hours of the night and carting away motorcycles while forcefully adopting the occupants and hauling them into detention," AYCF alleged. While describing it as impunity against northerners, the group said it was strange that this is coming from the southwest, a region that expects the north to hand over power to it in 2023. He said, "We have reason to now wonder if the southwest truly expects the north to make it a successor in 2023, the statement said. Consequently, the AYCF declares as follows: 1. We find totally unacceptable the use of force to invade homes of northerners in the wee hours of the night and arresting them for no legal or constitutional reason. 2. We are not aware of any law by Lagos State government banning Okada, even though we know that restrictions have been imposed on Okada in selected Lagos communities. It is therefore imperative that either the Lagos State government or the task force explain the legal and constitutional basis for this action. It was very touching when we saw the task force official raiding homes with majority of northerners in Oshodi area on the wee hours of the night. 2. We demand immediate explanation for this humiliating operation. Let either the Lagos State government tell the world that it officially sanctioned this Gestapo operation, or it was the instruction of task force boss that we are seeing this physical assault on our people. 3. We are deeply disturbed by this rather uncivilized conduct in the 21st century, happening in a supposedly cosmopolitan city like Lagos. We gather that the people in many northern states are already tensed up by the news filtering out of Lagos since Thursday through Saturday, and we dare say this kind of tension in the north has very often been a precursor to revenge attacks. Something drastic must be done to avoid a recurrence of past security challenges caused by the humiliation of northerners in Lagos. 4. We call on President Muhammadu Buhari to take drastic steps in ensuring this impunity by Lagos State government or task force is halted immediately. We call on all security agencies to take immediate steps in averting a situation capable of destabilizing the country. Northerners, like other Nigerians, have every right to movement for trade anywhere in the country as guaranteed by the constitutional provision on freedom of movement. 5. Most importantly, we call for the immediate release from prison all the innocent northerners whose homes were raided in the ungodly hour by task force officials. This, in our candid view, will be the first step in ensuring justice for the innocent northerners, while haul them into detention in defiance of well-known constitutional provisions or the rule of law is in general. We wish to reiterate that any further attempt to humiliate innocent northerners in any part of this country will be resisted by our group with all the available legal and constitutional weapons in a balanced world. Institutions are created for tackling problems, but not in the manner Lagos State government through the task force is currently doing to our own people. It is therefore a smear on decorum, disrespectful of human dignity, and a brazen abuse of official powers, and this is totally unacceptable. Whoever has here, let him hear. Enough of this physical assault on innocent northerners in Lagos. We so warn. So guys, this is the submission of Arewa Group. And one thing they said is that most of the people that were arrested, the majority of them are northerners. That is to say, we still have some people, other tribes, who are among those people who were arrested, or according to them. So why are they making it a tribal issue? So what about the other people who are from other tribes? So the problem we have in this country is all this ethnic coloration, all this tribal coloration. It will not make, we will not move forward. We will not move forward in all of these things. If they have done wrong, have you been able to ask? You have not asked the next thing. Oh, the president should call the governor to order. Of course, I'm not surprised. Before you know it's what they are asking, that's what is going to happen. And most importantly, why are they threatening them that they want to hand over power to them? You hand over power to them. Who are you to hand over power to them? Is it in your party? I don't know whether Arewa is talking from the angle of a APC party, or they are talking as Nigerians, that okay, they have the power. Of course, people have been saying, and they've been showing that attitude as if it is their right to hand over power. Who are they to hand over power? And we're not going to go through election and all of that to hand over power. Of course, I won't blame them, because most of all these Southwest people, all the Southerners, they've sold themselves cheaply to these people, because they believe that without them they cannot win election, and that's why they're always coming out with that pride. That look at the people who expect us to hand over power to them. Are you talking from the angle of a party, or you talking about, generally Nigerians? So Nigerians do not have other tribes do not have the ability to be able to vote who they want to vote. You are the one that will hand over power to the Southwest. I don't know whether they are APC, because you can only say that when you are in your party. Maybe that is your position, or maybe you've arranged that, or maybe you are talking about zoning. But if you are not a party, you are just a sociocultural whatever. You are not a political a party, or you are not politically affiliated to any of the parties we have in Nigeria. I see no reason why they will be saying these are the people that they want us to hand over power to them. Is power your right? Like I said, I don't blame them, because before you know, they will be crawling and all of that, be begging them in one way or the other. So that's why these guys are always coming out, because they speak arrogantly. If they speak arrogantly, the so-called South people, they will not be able to say anything. And that is why they are saying, oh, the Igbo presidency is not going to be realistic, because you don't hand over power to people. Now the same thing they are telling these people. In all of these things now, the only thing they can talk of is, even if you want to face what happened, they should be able to do investigation and know exactly what happened. Not you telling, so these are the people that want us to hand over power to them. They've sold themselves, they've sold their birthright, because they believe without them, they cannot win election. You want to hand over power to them. It's the Nigerian system, or the Nigerian government is for you. Then you know who and who to give at a particular time. That is the position, and that is what people really hate. And you can't blame people, but because there are people to the south, the Southerners, all of them generally, whether Southeast or South West or South, all of them, I don't know, they've sold themselves to these people. And these people see them as nothing, that without us you can't win election. Without us we can't win election. And they've forgotten that the South people they are talking about now, they are the one that made this Buhari to come in, because without the Southwest, they wouldn't have gotten this position in the first place. And I don't know why those ones will be quiet. These guys will just be talking from every now and every corner, taking a position as if they own Nigeria. They will be the one to give you power. They will be, and they are saying it. Buhari contested 3 times. Why didn't he win the 3 times he contested? After all, he contested under PDP. The last time he contested, which was the 4th time, he still contested under PDP. And it was that time because he aligned with other parties. Most especially, it was the Southwest. So it's not an hidden thing that made them to come to power. So this kind of attitude that these are the people that want us to hand over power to them. Without them, in the first place, you can't even get there. You can't have that power as we speak. See what they are talking about. Very, very unfortunate. If what you think that the Lagos state government has done to your people, if that's how you want to go about it, do your investigation, do your research, and know what exactly happened. And you can, from there, take them on that note. It's a different ballgame entirely. If you feel that they have trampled on your freedom of speech, or they are on your rights, you can follow them, legally according to what you have said. But bringing this power correlation into it is what I don't get. Is what I don't get. And because of that, those ones now, they will not be leaking their whatever. They will be accepting what they don't expect to, what they are not expected to accept from them. In all of the thing that happened, the only thing they can make mention of, these are the people expecting us to hand over power to them. Very, very unfortunate statement. Someone said, let the Lagos task force continue with their job by arresting those people. Why is it that these people, these northerners, always cry each time the law is dealing with their so-called people? But when their evil people kill people from the south, none of them will question it. Imagine it's worse that the north intend to hand over power to the southwest. God will. It's very, very annoying, honestly. But are you going to blame them? The same people will still go and meet them. What are you going to talk? What are you going to do about it? Someone say, these guys is, I don't know what they think of themselves. They say, let them be arrested. Let them be arrested if they violate the law. A lot of people are really angry in this place. I don't just even want to be reading out some of the things because they are just cursing them, abusing them, so seriously. Someone say, surely this man has problem with his sense of justice. Where was this man when Sowore was dumped on the ground of DSS cell like half a sack of onions? My goodness. See description. When the court he pretends to recognize ruled that Sowore be released on bail and the order was ignored. He must understand that rule of law is respected in Lagos. Lagos state government will not fidget because of certain burukutu man with swollen eyes, which is probably a consequence of much intake of same local brew, was given the opportunity to back. Somebody's laughing. Lagos is in trouble. The number of these northern Okadas boys have surpassed even the number of Yorubas in Lagos. There are so many and more are trooping into Lagos in their thousands every day. Some of them are repented and pardoned Boko Haram terrorists, and they have infiltrated Lagos State and their residents are in danger. They hardly pay for rented apartments like we all know. Perhaps soon they will start practicing Boko Haram in Lagos. Someone say, you people are not serious. Your people killing other tribe. Did you call then? Did you call on the government, or do you call whosoever to come and intervene? Now you are calling Buhari to call Lagos State governor to order. As what? As what? Sort injury or be sort upon injury. Someone says just ordinary arrest. You want to call Sanwo to order. When your people killed, it's normal. The thunder that will fire you is still doing whatever. Someone said this Yetima is senseless. Wallahi, is it northerners that are more than the other tribes riding bike in Lagos? This Yerima is something else. Someone say, keep your power. You talk anyhow, yeye man. Do they have power in the first place? What kind of power do they have? What kind of power do they have, which I don't really get? Like I said, if not because of the same Southwest that went to, that they came to meet, because they came to meet them and ally with it, he wouldn't have won. Buhari wouldn't have been there as we speak, because he contested 3 times. Because somebody can now be bringing other reason why he won. No, he contested under PDP 3 times. He didn't win. Not until when he aligned with the so-called Southwest before he won. Now, they are now using the Southwest to claim ground. They talk to them anyhow. They are treating them badly. We can see. Unless you are just being economical with the truth. Because those people who are always seeing the truth and they want to cover it, you want to be diplomatical. To be diplomatical about things. They just want to be politically correct every time. And these people are marching on you. They are poking into your eyes. You are not doing anything. You are going to be, just to be diplomatic about it. So guys, that is my own opinion. What is really baffling is, bringing the issue of handing over power to them. Who gave them power in the first place? It is the same people who helped them that they are talking to as if they've not done anything for them. Of these people, you can't even trust them. Politicians, you can't trust them. They always tell you there's no permanent enemy, no permanent friends. But the only thing that is permanent is interest. So you can't even vouch for them, because at the end of the day, they will go back and come together. And before you know, you just be surprised. You'll just be left in the dark. That is their nature, politicians generally. But these people with the idea of, oh, we have the power, we want to hand over power to you. It's really, really on very, very unfair. So guys, I don't know, leave your comments below in the comment section and let's hear your take. Thank you very much. Bye.